PKD Dietitian podcast. I'm Diana, creator and host. And I have noticed a lot of chatter online around PKD and the carnivore diet. There has been a big uptick recently suggesting a carnivore diet is beneficial for your kidneys, for your health, and for PKD. Let's shut down this BS right now. I never in a million years thought I would have to speak to common sense and let folks know that a carnivore diet is no good, let alone for PKD. It's beyond no good. It's downright dangerous. So what exactly is a carnivore diet? A carnivore diet is a very low or no carb, high protein diet. Essentially, it's a ketogenic type dietary pattern. It's keto, the worst version possible. So what's included in a carnivore diet? Meat, just like the name suggests. Folks following a carnivore diet consume only meat, fish, and some other animal products like eggs and a very little bit of dairy. No joke, folks, the recommendation is to focus on eating red meat, so that's beef, pork, lamb, etc., and to add in liver one time a week for a nutrient boost, and to consume salt liberally. That brings us to what's not included. Essentially, they avoid everything else: fruit, vegetables, beans, grains, nuts, seeds. That even includes extra virgin olive oil. It's plant-based after all. Let's do a common sense check-in here. Carnivore is a dietary pattern that essentially only eats meat, lots of red meat. Does that sound healthful to you? Does that sound like a dietary pattern that supports kidney health, let alone your whole person health? Plus, my big question is, how do they poop? Seriously, there is no fiber in this diet. Meat doesn't have any fiber. Only plant-based food does. By the way, a big proponent of the carnivore lifestyle, who I'm not even bothering to name, promotes his very limited bowel movements as a positive thing. Do not even get me started. Let's look at what the claims are for a carnivore diet and how it can be beneficial. It's claimed to help with weight loss, to slow aging, to treat depression and anxiety, and to help regulate blood sugar. So what does the research show us? Zip zero, no research backs up these claims. Proponents of the carnivore diet share anecdotal testimonials, but many of these provide little background or any of the other components that may factor in. Let's just say they aren't case reviews or scientific exploration, not even close. Anecdotal testimonials are important. However, there needs to be more information provided. A survey was conducted. It's called the Harvard Carnivore Study. That's just the short name. And it was published around 2021. The goal of this survey was to look at, I'm direct quoting here, descriptive data on the nutritional practices and health status of a large group of carnivore diet consumers. So I think this is pretty interesting. They wanted to say, hey, let's look at their nutritional information, practices, their data, what's going on here. And it's always good to start somewhere. However, this study had a lot of bias in it. The information provided by the people who self-selected to be in it was self-reported and never confirmed. And the questionnaires they used were not ones that had previously been used, and they weren't validated. Essentially, it was kind of like a social media survey. It did give us some information. What was very interesting to me is that several people submitted the survey many, many times as they were proponents of the carnivore lifestyle, and they wanted to make it look good. One of the things that struck my mind in the results of this social media survey was the motivations for starting, and those were to improve health and to lose weight. And that was selected by 93% of the people who took part in the survey. My question is, why are PKDers following a carnivore diet? Because there is a group that are doing it, and they speak about it on social media. I don't know the answer to this one. So I reached out to a few of those folks that have commented on social media that they are following the carnivore diet and claim positive results. I am curious about why they think it's a good choice, how they came up with that decision. I am always interested in the why of things. Shocking, guys, but no one responded to me. So I can only guess here. And I think perhaps people are following a carnivore dietary pattern because it's ketogenic and it's quote unquote easy, meaning there aren't many food choices to pick from. It's very clear, good group, bad group, which I feel a lot of people are searching for. What I can tell you though is that the heavy protein consumption in this diet and the very high intake of red meat are detrimental to kidney health. It is a pattern of eating that increases the kidney's workload. It produces more toxins that the kidneys need to clean out, and it promotes a very acidic body balance. And all of these things aren't good. There is no happy ending here for kidney health and PKD on a carnivore diet. Let's look at what it looks like nutritionally. Because of its very restrictive dietary pattern and limited variety, a carnivore diet is deficient in fiber, vitamin C, and calcium. It also falls short regarding many other vitamins and minerals like vitamin A and E, folate, and potassium. So what specifically are the pitfalls for PKD around the carnivore diet? I mentioned a few of these earlier, but let me highlight them again, just to really hit home how bad this dietary pattern is. It has a very high acid load. So a carnivore dietary pattern is very acid producing in the body. And research and data are very clear that more acid equals more kidney problems. It's got a heavier kidney workload. Like I said, very acidic dietary pattern. It's got a much higher level of absorbable phosphorus. More toxins and waste are produced, and it is a very inflammatory pattern of consumption. It's low in plant-based antioxidants. It's also high in the components of food that make uric acid, and it is a stone-promoting dietary pattern. All of that meat sets up the environment in the kidneys and the urine to make kidney stones. Bottom line here is that carnivore diet for PKD, that's a 100% thumbs down for me, the PKD dietitian. Remember, with ketogenic therapy, it isn't just about lowering carbs and producing ketones. It's also about what you include that has perks for PKD. And if you want to try or are currently doing ketogenic therapy for PKD, work with a professional and get the guidance and support you need to do it safely, to support your PKD kidney health, but not at the cost of your whole person health. And if you're curious to know more about my one-on-one PKD Keto Pro program, reach out to me. We can chat. Folks, bottom line really is trust your common sense. And until next time, happy and healthy eating.